Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Inspiration Wednesday. It is March 29th. Hard to believe we are at the end of March, everyone. Oh my goodness. How did that happen? So it's been like almost exactly, I need to go look at the date, but it's been almost exactly 3 years since I started Inspiration Wednesday. I started when we all closed down and the pandemic hit. It was my way for me to reach out to all of you and for us to gather midweek, midday, and just have some inspiration to keep us going, to carrying us along. Well, right now we are at the end, towards the end of Lent. We have today and next Wednesday are our last 2 Wednesdays for Lent. And then I have another, I think it's 4 Wednesdays before we wrap up Inspiration Wednesday as a series. So here's what's been happening with me. So as you know, we've been following along with Unity's booklet, which you can download at unity.org. And it's the 40 Days of Letting Go. Again, I know it's backwards, everyone. My apologies. Oh, wait, maybe I know how to do it. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. So 40 Days of Letting Go. You can actually download it still, and it's still great to follow along, even though we have another just 10 days or so. But here's what I've had to let go of. So Sunday night, in case for those of you who don't know, I did one of those silly things where you're walking along and you ram your little pinky toe into something that's very hard, and I fractured it. So here's what I learned, that I could really enjoy a pity party. I could really get, depressed and do a whole depression spiral. Just kind of really not restarted, but was able to recommit to even more days of working out because it was so crazy at the end of last year, beginning of this year, with moving a church, building out a church, all of that. And so that's finally settled. And I thought, great, holidays over, church settled. I'll get back to 4 or 5 times working out. And then I fractured my toe. So I realized at one point when I just was not feeling good, I was sitting in those emotions for a really long time, Sunday night, even Monday. And I thought, you know what? You just need to let this go. This is what Lent's all about. So I had to let go of self-pity, like a lot. And I made little notes here because it was like the self-pity. And I also went into like, again, this has happened to me again. Anyone else? When we start going, why me? Who has it out for me? No. Uh, this is a great opportunity for us to grow. So I had to grow into telling myself a different story, which was one of self-compassion. Of, you know what? It happens to the best of us, doesn't it? And also, it's happened in the past. This is not the first time I've fractured or sprained this toe, to be honest. And it's always healed, and I've always been okay, and I've been able to wear shoes again, and I've been able to do everything I need to do. So this time will not be different. So I really had to change, the story I was telling myself about it and also to myself. So employing that self-compassion, that gentle, loving kindness with ourselves when something seems to not go our way. And then the other thing I really had to let go of was that pessimism and that depression, gloominess. And as I let go of that, what I did is I said, okay, and I've employed this before, and I know you all have heard this, what can I still do? Specifically in the area of exercise, what can I still do? Let me look at from a gratitude state of mind, from a growth mindset state of mind. What can I still do? So you know what? I came up with, brainstormed, right? Like at least 14 or 15 different exercises. At first it was about 11 or 12. Now I'm up to 15 different exercises that I can still do without putting any pressure on my toe. It's mostly upper body and core, but hey, I had to get those stronger anyway. So it's all good. So again, we can shift it, we can change it all around. It's funny too how these things work out, because in this week's letting go for Lent, One for this week is for this Friday, March 31st, is I let go of self-pity. Anyone else? And it talks about in here, this is written by Reverend Leslie Miller, about how life and very inevitably brings about changes, challenges, difficulties, right? A loss of a job or an injury or another health challenge or relationship or finance issue, right? Things happen in life. And so we can either see ourselves as resilient and again go into that growth mindset of what are the possibilities still, or we can feel sorry for ourselves. We can convince ourselves that we deserve better, that we, start to resent or blame or feel hopeless about it all. But really, that is us staying in an old story or a story, maybe a new story. And then our emotions just get stuck there, right? And that doesn't serve us, and it doesn't serve the people who are around us, whether that's family or friends or both, or workmates or volunteer mates or whomever. So here's this great quote by Wayne Dyer, the famous author, motivational coach. He said, "Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change." So good. So releasing self-pity changes everything, opening our hearts to gratitude and our lives to divine possibilities. Guess what, everyone? That's exactly what I found out. I just did that. I changed the way I looked at it. Like, oh, and as soon as I did that and employed some self-compassion instead of self-pity, I opened my heart to gratitude. Okay, there's still things I can do. And really, a little toe, like it will heal, right? And then there was all these possibilities that sprung forth from that. I'm talking about a hurt toe and exercise, but you can apply this to every area in your life, your finances, your relationships, your jobs, whatever, right? We all go into that little self-pity party sometimes. And again, just, sometimes we're just gonna be like, just let me be. Let me just be in my little self-pity party with my little violin. But it doesn't feel good to stay there for too long. So I love this affirmation. I release self-pity by changing the stories I tell about my life. Say it with me, everyone. I release self-pity by changing the stories I tell about my life. And so again, the other thing I had to release was pessimism, right? This like victimhood, this like negativity, this it's always happening to me. And here's what Reverend Kelly Isola writes in the Lent books here on for tomorrow, March 30th. She says, letting go of resistance. And actually, let me first go to pessimism. Sorry. Here's what Reverend Margot Ford writes about letting go of pessimism. She says, thoughts and feelings of foreboding and pessimistic outlet become the reality of our life. When we expect the worst, it frequently becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So again, I could have sat there and said, okay, well, now I'm out for a month of exercise. I'm just going to gain weight. And then I could have just sat there doing nothing, gaining weight or not building muscle. So for me, it's really about how well do I feel in my body? And so I could have just sat there and gone, well, I'm just going to feel yucky in my body. Or I could find other ways, right? So it says, what if we opt for a better life by releasing pessimism? We start by consciously focusing our attention on the ever-present good that surrounds us everywhere. Again, that's where we employ gratitude. That's where we employ growth mindset. That's kind of one of those key words that are going out there right now. Allowing ourselves to feel joyful in the presence of beauty, the sound of laughter, the smell of a favorite meal lifts our spirits and suppresses negativity. Again, surround yourself, especially in those times when we're feeling so down about something. It's important that we really surround ourselves, and that includes our social media and our TV and everything we're looking at and watching, people we're surrounding ourselves with. Make sure it's of positivity and beauty. Getting outside in nature helps. All of that. So it says, remember pleasant times from the past and write them down in the spirit of gratitude. So again, that gratitude list, which has helped me so many times, all you have to do is, what am I grateful for in the past, but also what am I grateful for right now? And for me, a lot of times it's been, and what can I still do? What's still possible? And I can be grateful for that. I got 100%. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the resistance part, because a lot of times what we do is we end up getting stuck in the self-pity and in the pessimism, and we resist moving forward. But here's now what Reverend Kelly Isola writes. She says, these are the times to engage in resistance, not to deny how I'm feeling, but to resist those reactions, to be in the pity party, and choose love instead. Again, remember, moving over into a new story, which is one of self-compassion, one of loving kindness. So it says, because the moment I choose to resist the pessimism, resist the self-pity, then I let go. In that moment, I'm letting go of whatever is not life affirming. There you go, everyone. Here's what she writes too. Love is the greatest form of resistance. Love is always present, waiting for a spark to ignite it, waiting for my heart to wake up and engage. By turning to love, we claim our inherent worth and dignity. How about this affirmation? When I resist with love, I'm choosing life. That's it, right? Do you love nature? Choose it. Do you love your neighbor? Choose them. Do you love your mate? Choose them. Keep focusing on the good. Keep choosing to resist the pity party, because it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. Sometimes we got to be there and just acknowledge it. But then again, okay, I'm going to resist sitting here and plopping up a tent, living here for a while. Resist the tent building and just get on with gratitude. So that is our Lent message for letting go for this week, direct from my experience with my toe, everyone. So do you want to join me in a little breathing for just a moment as we breathe into these affirmations? I'd like to know also, what do you need to resist? What do you need to let go of? What pessimism are you working with? Having a self-pity party? I'd like to hear about it. And then tell me also your gratitudes. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Take a breath. Let the shoulders come down. It's so great. Wednesdays, 12:30, 12:45 now, or whenever you're watching it. Isn't it great just to take a break? It really is. Okay, shoulders down. Take a breath. Maybe smile. Again, the smile, not to cover up over the emotions and the feelings, but to set the intention that I'm going to move forward with a smile. So as you sit with a smile, let that smile just fall onto your heart. Take a few breaths, closing your eyes or maybe even lowering your gaze. I release self-pity by changing the stories I tell about my life. Just breathe into that. What stories am I still telling myself? I'm going to release those stories right now, right here, with the next breath. What am I resisting? When I resist with love, I'm choosing life. So in this moment, I fill myself up with love. And as I do so, I feel myself embracing life. Breathe into that. When I resist with love, I'm choosing life. I fill myself up with love. And I embrace life. And then as I embrace life, I'm open to an optimistic outlook on my life. I embrace life. I'm open to an optimistic outlook on my life. And breathe into that for a moment. Yes. So just again, taking another breath, feeling yourself filled with optimism, filled with love, filled with feeling that embrace for life. And as you take another breath, you can raise your gaze, open your eyes, be back here in this present moment where I say, what do you need to let go of, friends? Take it from me. Doesn't feel good to live over there in the negativity world. Sometimes we just got to feel the feelings. I get it. But again, don't build a home there. Okay? You just keep on moving on. Embrace life. Embrace gratitude. Embrace love. Embrace the goodness. Embrace the beauty. And be kind to yourself. Employ self-compassion. So may all beings be happy. May all beings find peace. May all beings be safe. And may all beings feel and experience love. That goes to you. That goes to me. And that goes around our world. Thank you for joining me. I'm looking for more comments down here, everyone. And I'll see you next Wednesday for our very last Wednesday in the Lent series. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Remember, we do have a YouTube channel, Unity Oaks. Our YouTube channel has all the meditations, messages, Inspirational Wednesdays you may have missed, and music. So go check it out. And I'll see you back here either Sunday at 10 a.m. for Palm Sunday or next Wednesday here at 12:30. See you soon. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.